In the beginning of May, Reggie Middleton laid it out very plainly.
You take a good story stock, you give it to a very, very good salesperson, and what do you have? You create froth, okay? Now, froth and investment potential are not necessarily the same thing. No matter what metric you use, price to sales, price to earnings, enterprise value, cash flow, Facebook is grossly overvalued at what the underwriters are trying to push it at.
Entrepreneurial investor and analyst Reggie Middleton, who nailed Facebook, by the way, he did so on this show, has been raising concerns about Apple. He is back to tell us if he thinks Apple's next big development will be what he calls iBubble or iPop.
When I comment on Apple, Apple has such a strong following. It's, in many circles, it's akin to a cult. So it's not as if I think Apple is going to collapse or go out of business or stop being a going concern. But this is the issue. The expectations of Apple are highly unrealistic. So let's assume that Apple doesn't sell as many million iPhone 5s as possible, as predicted, but it still sells a lot. Apple slides 10 to 15%.
All right, Reggie, let's talk tech. Everyone is buying Apple, but you put out a report recently saying that the real value in the space is Google. Tell us about it.
Well, the real unrecognized value is Google. You know, everybody recognizes value in Apple. The fact that they make gobs of money is, you know, indisputable. But the problem is everybody owns Apple. Everybody thinks Apple is going to grow at the same rate it's been growing, which, you know, is highly unlikely. And there's very little unrecognizing with Apple. As a matter of fact, the only thing that is unrecognized is the fact that Apple has a lot of competition and a lot of barriers to replicating its historic growth. Well, Google is, think of it as an iceberg with the vast majority of its mass resting underwater where you can't see it.